Welcome friends, followers and transients to Kingdoms and Castles with me, Vapor. I should have probably said welcome back because I already have about 46 videos on this game. For those of you that are new to the channel, or maybe even new to this game, I've played this game since the very early alpha. In fact, I think day one of the alpha, to be precise. So yeah, I have a fair knowledge about the game. Not so much about the things they've added at the very end, because I knew the game was going to be released today on Steam, although it should have been released a few days ago. But me being slightly unprepared means that I'm recording this video just in time for the Steam release, and I didn't want to play too much of the new content, so at least some of it was a bit of a surprise to me. However, I do have quite a bit of knowledge, like I say, so this should be quite smooth, so you may learn a thing or two. If you are new to the channel though, please drop me a subscribe if you want to see more content, Kingdoms and Castles. I will be playing this right through, from the beginning until the end. And I'm not quite sure what the end is going to be at this stage, because the game certainly does get a lot more difficult than it did initially. Anyway, let's click a new game. So you have three different things you can do. You've got the no threats, which I really wanted to do this just so we could build something decorative, but I guess for day one of the game being out on Steam and on GOG, I think is the other place you can get it. I had to show the Vikings and things, so we're gonna stick to the easy. I don't want to go into the hard because I'm more of a decorative sort of person. This is more my end of the scale, but just to kind of reach out to everybody, we will go with the easy mode. So, oh, they've put this is new. I like, they've done a lot of updating to the UI. So we can have a look around. We can left click and drag to have a look around the map. That is a new feature, which is quite cool. So we've got the zoom and various other things. And we can click change and it will remake another map. I'm not quite happy with that. What I'm looking for, these are desert squares, so you can build whatever you want on here, but you can't grow food. So it's not that useful to us, and I don't want a massive patch of water in the middle. So let's have a quick cycle through. I'm going to be slightly particular about this, I guess. That's not too bad. So let's look at this from a farmland point of view. There is quite a bit of, we're looking for like a 3x3 square, because when it comes to growing food, you'll have a windmill in the middle and then your farms around the outside. We'll explain that later on, but this isn't too bad. I think we've got some stone. Oh, actually it sucks when it comes to stone. Let's have another look. Aha, this isn't too bad. We've got quite a lot of stone. I think we'll go for this. There's quite a lot of water on this, but we can build on the water, so we'll take that. And we have some different flags. Okay. Should we go with? Unfortunately, there isn't one named after my channel, but never mind. Name of your kingdom. Now there's a good question. I think we will go with, while I move my mic, Land of Ve. really ingenious, I know. Okay, so we are in. And I like the music. This is new. Wow, they've added lots of new stuff. They've really been working quite hard. I'm going to pause the game with the old space key. You can see down here you've got the different speeds. You're going to get a lot of information up here about what's going on. And then you've got your resources and things down here. And then each individual tab will give you your various buildings that you can build. You have to start off with your keep. So we will go for that. Now let's have a look. Idealistically, I want to build this on like a desert sort of square. I don't want to waste any premium space what could be growing food, but I don't want to build it too far away at the same time, because we need food for the initial people that kind of join your settlement. I think you start with 5 people if I remember rightly. So let's have a rotate of this building. Which you can do with the R key. I think, do you know what? I think we might go in here. I'm just looking. There's a spot up here for food. It's probably not the best of places when it comes to food, but I'm looking at like the stone, the iron, the trees, all the different things you're going to need from the beginning. I reckon we will place it somewhere like here. So now that that's happened, it will unlock some of the other things, such as the roads and the houses. So I'm just going to drop a couple of these in. Now, usually I build things pretty close to the castle, but I'm going to leave, well, it's more of a keep at the moment than it is a castle. But I'm going to leave a little bit of space so we can build some walls around it, which I don't usually do. So we're going to try and, in a sense, make this a little bit more decorative than I usually would. Speaking of wood, we don't have any. So let's get the game going. And what we can do is we can mark some of these trees to be chopped down. So as soon as the people have finished doing what they're doing here, they will come over and chop down some trees. We're going to need quite a few. And we will need some stockpiles as the time goes by. Aha. So what have our advisors got to say? So we need some farms, which is true. We need some more roads and houses. Well, we're already kind of working on that. And the military's got nothing to say as it stands. We shouldn't get attacked until we hit a certain population. So we need 5 wood to make a house, which we don't have currently. And as you can see, we're getting 2 wood for each one of these that get chopped. But I don't think it counts until... Oh, it does count straight away. I was going to say until it is brought back, but there we go. So we will rotate this, and I don't think it really matters. It's more for a kind of an aesthetic kind of feel, is to have the door on the front. I'm going to build a couple of these. And we are going to run a road. I think we might go for here for the farm. I was going to do it up here, but I think we'll come down this way. Now, the annoying thing slightly is that you have to be connected to a road to build another road, but yeah, it's not kind of a big problem. So we will come to about... Actually, let's come across here, like so, and demolish that. So this can be our first farm. So we'll go in here and we will chuck down not too many. We don't need that much to start with. I'll go with a 3. We can't build the windmill yet, which I mentioned earlier, because we don't have stone. But this will increase the productivity. If you're fortunate enough to have these dark green squares, you're going to get more of a bonus for your food as well. So that's something to be aware of. They tend to be on the coastal squares. But yeah, at this stage, I'm not going to worry too much about that. The next thing I think we're going to need is a quarry. Yep. So a quarry takes wood, but a forester takes stone and wood. So we will need to get a quarry in. And thankfully, there's quite a lot of stone around. Again, I'm going to try and leave a couple of squares clear around the castle for me to build a wall later on. And then we'll build another wall around the initial encampment as well, because we will get attacked eventually. And I want to be as prepared as possible for that. We probably need to chop a few more trees, to be honest. In fact, we may as well clear the ones that are going to get in our way down here. So, at the moment, if we look down here, we have 5 people. We currently have 10 beds, so each house will allow 5 people. Or each one of these hovels. I don't know if it tells you on the tooltip. Oh, there you go. House up to 5 people, and you've got your cottage. It's up to 12. And that has 2 heads of household. So, as it says, that the heads of household are for bringing food and charcoal to the home. So they'll kind of go out and get the resources that are needed while the rest of the people work. I'm not sure if they're 100% committed to that or not, or whether or not they can do some other stuff. I'm not too sure. The manor house is the kind of eventuality of where we want to be, because it holds the most people. We will need a well as well. I always say it like that, and it always sounds so strange, but there we are. Anyway, if we get out of this menu, you've got happiness of 77. So the higher the happiness, the more people will stay. So as you can see here, my lord, people visited our kingdom, but none saw fit to stay. Could we make life more pleasant for our peasants? So at the moment, if we click on show, we got green. So they are fairly happy. So I reckon next time some people come, we may gain some people, but something as simple as a well will increase the happiness. If we click on a house, in fact. So there is no well, but they want one. They've got a road. They've got a neighbour. That's the important thing. They have to be right next to each other. And they also want charcoal, which we've not got yet. But we can kind of appease them and do some of those things. Let me just increase the speed a little bit. So I'm conscious things are not happening very quickly. So for those of you that have watched any of my videos in the past, or any videos from other YouTubers, in fact, or even people that have played the game as well, because there is people that have got early access. I don't want to talk too much about the beginning parts, but I'm just trying to cover everything off for everyone, because there's going to be people that are not sure on how to play this game. Okay, what have we got here now? Food is running low. Well, we currently have 14 of 50. Oh, this is really cool. They didn't have all that information last time that I played. So 11 food has been eaten, so that's from last year. So you can probably kind of guess then how things are working for you. That is really good. Oh, and the same for charcoal. Allow tools for foresters, quarries and mines. So they've definitely done a lot of work. I really like it. Excellent. So we currently have this one chap down here. All these people are named from people that have paid for the game on Fig. So all the early backers. So Brett Henry will be someone that has actually played the game. One of the early people. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100%, but I think one will be named after me. I can't remember if I paid for that or not. If I pause the game, what's your name? You will see duplications, I think, sometimes. 27 years old, so it has their ages. I don't know if that's an in-game age. Let's have a look. 16-year-old. It probably is, you know. that's quite cool. Well, they definitely have worked very hard. Okay. So we were going to build a quarry, weren't we? So let's get this road a touch closer to here. Do we have enough? Yes, we do. So we'll whack that in there. Do we need a quarry for, or should I say stone? We do, for a well. We've now got 9 people, so we're 1 short. So my lord, life is good. Our kingdom has attracted 2 more residents, or 2 new ones. So people have been moving in. It's important to keep an eye on this because it is quite useful. Yes, I know food is running low, but not to worry. We've got some more food coming in. What we do need over here is somewhere for them to store the food. As you can see, they're taking all their time to carry it up here. And this can only store 50. So in the time they're doing that, the seasons can change and they can lose the crop. So we will need, should be under the food tab, we'll need a granary. I'm going to put a small one in initially, just because we're a bit tight for resources. Okay, so we've got 4 of 4 workers currently working in the quarry. You can produce tools later on which will increase this base output. And the other thing is, if... Oh, it wouldn't close when I click the X. It's not very good. If we click on the person... So, they are currently a stone cutting apprentice. So, the higher that gets, the better they get. So, the more stone that is produced. And the same goes for farmers and foresters and things like that. So, currently journeyman. So if we click on here, so we got the medium soil fertility, so that's from being on this fertile land, and a base output of 6. So at the moment this one is producing 8 of 8. So if we leave that, well, I'll show you how that increases over time. That X seriously doesn't work. There may be another patch today to fix a couple of bugs. I'm not too sure. I'm jumping the gun. The game isn't currently out, but it will be, or should be, once this video released. If not, within a couple of hours of this video. Right, what is going on? We have 6 food. Okay. How are we doing for stone? We have enough for a small granary, so we will whack that in here. I'm probably going to put that there because this land is kind of useless to us. We can't put any food on there, so we'll put that in. So we currently have no idle workers. So there is 4 working in here, 3 in here, so that's 7. There'll be 1 standing up here working in this stockpile. So that leaves us with 2 people. We have a new construction, but no one available to build it, really. I would have thought we had a couple of people spare. Right, okay, so the simple way to fix that, until we build another house, is just to switch off. Where? Oh, can you not switch it off anymore? Oh, here it is. Open. So those 3 or 4 workers will come out and they will work on whatever needs to be done. We could do with another house, but we're a little bit short on wood as well. So we'll chop some of these. The next thing we will build is a forester. And we'll probably build it in this sort of area and keep these things together. And we'll need a stockpile here as well, because they are walking it really far. Are we still on 8 we are. They've not leveled up yet. See, that's going to be a long walk for them, unfortunately. But as soon as this is built, and they're bringing the resources down now, that is going to help. Let's just whack the speed right up for a second. Just to get those things done. We will need some more houses. In fact, that's probably going to be next on my list, to be honest. Just need to secure this area first. Bingo. So let's give us another 200 storage. So as you can see, 250. So there we go. We lost 8 food to exposure. So I'm guessing that's where the season has changed and the snow has killed the crop because it's taken them too long to carry it. Now they only have to walk a short distance. So that shouldn't be a problem. I see there is someone standing here. I wonder why they're standing there. I don't think these buildings actually require people. They do now. They've changed that as well. Wow. In the past, they didn't need it. Okay, so that's helped a lot. They should definitely get most of that food in there. Fantastic. Okay, so the next thing, I guess, is another house. Do we have enough stone for a well? We do. Apart from happiness, the wells are there to help when fires happen, and believe me, they will happen. I've had a few issues with fires, whether it's from dragons. Yes, the game has dragons, or lightning. That came in just at the right time. That did. So you definitely need them. Do we have enough stone to build a forester? No, but we can switch this back on. And what will happen is, as soon as they finish these things that I've asked them to do, they will repopulate that building. So we've got 3 new people straight away. Mostly fine, but we can do better. Yes, 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 I know. But that should, if we click on here, yep, they're all green. So they've now got everything. I don't know how they've got access to charcoal. That's kind of funny. Because they clearly haven't. So that house there on the end is a little bit glitched. I'm not sure why that X isn't working, but never mind. Should raise taxes. Okay, that's another thing. Nothing that we're going to do straight away. So how are we doing now? Let's have a look. So we ended the year with +9, so we actually gained a little bit more food. We're now at 10 of 10 output, as you can see. So we have master workers. That's given us an extra +2. But if I come in here and get a windmill, we don't quite have the stone. We've got 4 workers. Excellent. We do need a forester. So we're going to do that before we build the windmill. I think if we get that one chopped down in there, we'll kind of, in fact, we'll slot it in this one here. And we'll build a stockpile over here as well. I just want to keep an eye on the food first, just to see how that's going before I go completely crazy. As you can see, we have 1 idle worker, so I could, in fact, just drop another farm in. And that idle worker will come and build this and then work there as well. The idea, I guess, is to obviously always keep more food than you need. Not to the point that you've got to build so many granaries that you're kind of covering the map. But you always want to have a little bit of excess because it gives you that little buffer. Because you'll see over time, if it rains too much, some of these fields will get flooded and you won't get any harvest from that field within that year. I'll point that out as it happens, because it's not happened yet, thankfully. So we're going to need to run a couple of roads out here. Like so. And then whack the forester in there as well. In fact, we've almost got enough stone to build the windmill. We won't be a million miles off that, so we'll be able to do that soon. I can't remember exactly what the bonus was. It doesn't say. I think one of the recent changes were that you cannot overlap and stack the bonus. So initially, you won't let me place it. It will cover this sort of area here. But if you put another one here now, apparently the bonus stacks. I've not tried it myself. So here we go. Oh my lord, no one is available to work on our new construction. This is good. This is good stuff. It's giving us a lot more tips than it did in the past. So there's no idle workers. So we don't have the stone, but see, this is the catchment area. So I think if I put another one here, whatever the bonus is for this currently, the farms or the fields that get caught in that are going to get double the bonus. I've not tried it, and we'll probably try it here because we have this land that we can't actually grow anything on, and just see how it works, because I'm quite interested to see the difference So they have 2 workers. Are you full? You're full as well. You've got your worker. But we haven't got anyone else to work on this. So what we're going to need to do... Food is looking quite good. So I'm quite happy to put another hovel in. Again, it's going to warn me that there's not enough workers. We already know that. So I'm going to put in probably another 2 on top of that. And then just, like I did before, switch this off. They will go and build that. And if we have the resources to build one, we do. I'm going to put in a small stockpile. What that will do is, there'll be somebody in here anyway, but they can take their resources to this point. So they don't have to travel as far, which is really, really useful. I don't think that well is covering that last one. It's not. One suggestion though, when you're placing houses, don't place one on its own because you will get an unhappiness modifier for no neighbours. So you're always going to have to build at least 2 houses next to each other. That's just that's one of my little top tips, I guess. Let me turn that off because I don't like them all green. And we could probably switch this back on again. And you can actually, that's really annoying me, that is. You can come in here and actually say what things can be stored in here. So there's no tooltip when you hover over it, unfortunately. But this will be weapons. This is tools. That's iron and charcoal. So I only want stone and wood to go in there. They're the only 2 things we're producing currently anyway, other than food. But food always goes into a granary. They're very happy. Yes, we're not going to tax just yet. Stop getting so excited. We will move into that shortly. Okay, I think, yeah, that's definitely being worked upon now. Dragon sighted. Oh, that's early. And as you heard that weird kind of noise just before I clicked that, what it does is when something's happening, it drops the game speed right down to a normal speed. You can speed it back up again if you wish, but it's kind of there just so things don't happen too quickly for you. Hopefully, it will just fly over. And it won't cause us any grief. I'm pretty sure there's 2 different types of dragon. This to me looks like the smaller version. So we will hopefully just let that fly by. I don't think he's gonna bother us too much. Here comes all the wood for our windmill. So we're currently getting 10 and we're getting 8 out of this one. So 10, 20, 30, soon be 40 food per year. So 31 was eaten by homes last year, but because I've built some extra houses, which are not currently full, we have 30 beds and only 22 people, I'm not going to know if I have enough food. So what I need to do is run a whole year. What was that? Oh! Land of Vase, now a small village. This is new. I like it. That is fantastic. That is brilliant. Just these little touches that just kind of really finish something off. I do like that. Here we go. So this is going to, I think, is it a bonus of 5 it gives? I'm really trying to rack my brain to remember. It could have been changed anyway. Is that the last piece of wood? Was probably a dragon in a past life. I love these little comments. Can we click on someone else? There we go. Wants a dragon souvenir. So if we click on a farm, aha, +3. I knew it wasn't like an incredible amount, but it was enough. So the question is, I don't have the resources yet. If I put another one here, would that give me another +3? I'm not too sure, but we'll let a year run by, and once we've got the full population, and we'll see what kind of excess even. So how much they eat, what's left, and that will kind of give us a firm indicator of whether or not we can expand. In the past, you kind of had to use your head a little bit, but now they're giving us the metrics, which is going to help immensely, to be honest. Okay, so what else have we got that we could build to... Well, we don't need the town square yet. That is going to be something you need for the cottages, I believe. But there is other things in here. A fire has started. Oh! In the first episode. So here you can see they're carrying their blue Minecraft blocks to come and put the fire out. Hopefully they're successful. They can get water from the wells, or they can get it from other sources such as, what do you want to call it, a lake or the ocean? Depends on your map. But it is there. I think they've probably managed to rescue that building. Oh no, they haven't. They weren't quick enough. So we're going to have to demolish that. And usually what would happen is you would have homeless people. In fact, it looks like we have got a couple of homeless people. Yes, we're a couple over. I was going to say, we were kind of fortunate because we had a spare house, but people have moved in. But if we go in here now, there is some unhappiness because people were homeless. So that's not good. But it's kind of one of those things, you just kind of deal with it. And you don't want people leaving. People will leave if they get too unhappy as well. So they've got nowhere to live. So this is a Grand Master. We really don't want to lose this person, are they? They're happy now. They've got a new home. But they can leave. They can die as well. But in general, they tend to leave. So that's just something to be very aware of. So what we kind of need to look at soon enough is going to be things like the treasure room. So we can start taxing people. The Chamber of War, that's going to unlock the ballista and the barracks and the moat. So we're going to need some of these things to get the weapons to put on top of our walls. There is armies that you can recruit through the barracks. I'm not too fussed right now because I know we're not going to get attacked just yet. My main thing is balancing the food and getting some of the industry in place. Right, let's have a quick look around. How much food have we producing? So 10, 42 eaten, 52. So we're currently producing 10 extra. I want to put in, we have got some idle people. I want to put in the last couple. This is going to probably give us more food than we actually need. But I want to, just because I've played this game quite a bit, I want to start to expand a little bit. And I know I can give myself that little bit of extra breathing room. We'll probably run a road down here as well. We more than likely are going to need another granary. Now I've done that, but I will probably put a larger one and I'll probably drop it in here. In fact, do we have the resources? We do. I might just do that straight away. I think we'll put it there. One thing I've never really focused on is the baker. So we might actually put that in there. So that takes wheat and charcoal and turns it into bread. Stores the bread until it is eaten. I can't remember if it's a 1-to-1 conversion ratio or whether you get, and when I say that I mean from the corn or the wheat that it produces here, whether that turns out 1 into a 2. I'm not too sure. In fact, does it say anything on here? Oh no, food eaten from bakeries, orchards, okay, eaten in taverns. So it does give you quite a bit of information. I'm going to leave this episode right here, I think. If you've enjoyed it, please leave me a like. But until next time, as always, take care.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente.